JBNN will keep you informed. I'm Michelle Jones, and in the news, U.S. citizen shot dead in St. Elizabeth bar attack. A U.S. citizen was shot dead and a man injured after gunmen attacked patrons at a bar in Cheapside near Junction in St. Elizabeth on Wednesday night. Police named the deceased man as Veron Shearer, 46, a resident of Mays Landing, New Jersey. A police report said about 9:40 p.m. Shearer was inside the bar when gunmen drove up in a motor car, alighted from the vehicle, and opened fire, hitting him several times in the upper body. Police said another man, who was in a car in the vicinity of the bar, was hit by a stray bullet as the gunmen fled the scene. Both injured men were rushed to hospital, where the U.S. citizen was pronounced dead and the other man admitted for treatment. One man dead, another injured in separate shooting incidents on Gold Street, Kingston. One man is dead and another hospitalized after two shooting incidents which occurred hours apart on Gold Street in Kingston on Thursday. Police are reporting that about 2 a.m. unknown assailants gained entry to a house on Gold Street through a back fence and opened gunfire, hitting the lone occupant who was lying on his bed. The man was rushed to the hospital where he was pronounced dead. The deceased has been identified as Ronald Brown. Approximately 4 hours later, the police were called again to the same Gold Street address following reports of another shooting. When police arrived on the scene, a man was reportedly seen suffering from gunshot wounds. He was taken to the hospital where he is undergoing treatment. According to Deputy Superintendent of Police, DSP Eucol Francis of the Kingston Central Division, the shooting was gang-related.
The most I can say is that at about 2 a.m. This morning, unknown assailants came through a back fence to a premises number 4 Gold Street to be exact, and went into a dwelling house and opened gunfire at a young man who was lying in his bed. That young man was rushed to the Kingston Public Hospital where he was pronounced dead. His identity is Ronaldo Brown. So the scene was processed, and at about 6 the police was also called to another shooting at the same number 4 Wall Street. A young man was seen suffering from gunshot wounds. He was also rushed to KPH. Luckily, that young man is still with us and he's undergoing treatment at this point in time. Based on reports from the medical staff there, his condition is stable at this point in time, and so we are hoping for the best where he's concerned. What we are picking up, because in recent times there's a bit of tension down in this space, and is as a result of an internal gang feud that is taking place. Our investigation is pointing to members of the gang who would have been displaced or defected somehow, and so we are conducting our investigation surrounding a number of persons. Of course, the investigation is still in its embryonic stage, but we will be very rigorous in our pursuit of individuals who might have been able to assist us with the investigation in these matters.
14-year-old boy fatally shot by police at 100 Lane. Strings of insults were hurled at members of the security forces yesterday as they processed the scene, where a 14-year-old boy was fatally shot in an alleged shootout on 100 Lane, located off Red Hills Road, St. Andrew. Residents said Rasheem Wilson, a student of Pembroke Hall High School, was killed in cold blood in his yard as he played a game on his phone. His grandmother, Michelle Dawkins, fell to her knees before stating that Rasheem's father, Miguel Wilson, met a similar demise. Me a cry inside, me heart a bleed. Him a just 14. Police kill him father years ago in him sleep. I know them can't kill him and a talk about shootout. I give him a play on him phone, it all blood up. Children have them dreams, and it's that everybody want to turn bad man. My grandson go school and him say him they want to turn a soldier, she wailed. According to a report from the police's corporate communications unit, Rashim was fatally shot during a joint police-military operation about 1:45 p.m. One 9mm pistol fitted with a magazine containing 14 9mm rounds were seized. Residents blocked Weddell's Road in protest, but this was quickly cleared by the lawmen. Dawkins said she believes that Rashim was shot accidentally. It's a tenement yard, so the police them know it like them live there. The way the passageway is set, them now go show who sit round there, so them just fire a shot. Them fire the first shot and naturally Rashim a go run because war a go on and him done wawa. Them see him run and him just fire, she said. The Independent Commission of Investigations Indicom stated that all lawmen who discharged their weapons have provided initial accounts. Since the start of the year, Indicom has responded to 8 shootings, 6 of them fatal. Couple dies following Spanish Town fire. The Spanish Town police are probing the circumstances surrounding a fire which resulted in the deaths of a couple on Monday. The victims are 58-year-old Devon Bryan, a businessman, and 48-year-old Fiona Eston, both of McVickers Lane, Spanish Town. About 4:30 a.m. on Sunday, residents saw smoke coming from the dwelling house and summoned the police. On arrival of the lawmen, Bryan and Eston were seen lying among the rubble. They were transported to hospital where they were admitted in serious condition. The couple succumbed to their injuries on Monday while undergoing treatment. Investigators are appealing to anyone with information that can assist them with their investigations to contact the Spanish Town CIB at 876-984-2874. Police 119 emergency number or the nearest police station. Senior citizen dies in Trelawney house fire. A 77-year-old man died in a house fire in Braco, Trelawney on Wednesday evening. The deceased is Vincent Hayden, a caretaker of a Braco address in the parish. Police report that residents saw smoke coming from the 3-bedroom dwelling and alerted the fire brigade. When the brigade and the lawmen arrived on the scene, the house was seen destroyed. Following cooling down operations, the charred remains of Hayden were found amongst the rubble. Andrew Brody, a resident of the area, said Hayden was a loner in the community. He may really talk to nobody still, always stay by himself. Never really see him no family member, but I hears him live here though. Sad same day like that, he said. He said Hayden loved dancing. Known for over 40 years, him love dance and drink. Everybody's sad right now. A whole heap of people come on here and them hear what happened. Just wishing his family members, wherever they are, condolences, he said. The fire brigade has not ascertained the origin of the fire. Man charged following siege of AR-15 in Manchester. A man has been charged following the siege of an assault rifle and ammunition during a police operation in New Green, Manchester on Tuesday, January 9. Charged is 29-year-old Alfonso Mason, otherwise called Tallman, a truck driver of Battersea District in New Green, Manchester. Mason is one of 2 men who were brought into custody on Tuesday following the siege of the gun and ammunition. He's been charged with possession of a prohibited weapon, unauthorized use of premises to store a firearm, unauthorized use of premises to store ammunition, and unauthorized possession of ammunition. Reports from the Mandeville police are that about 6 a.m. on Tuesday, lawmen carried out an operation at a premises that was occupied by Mason, where one AR-15 assault rifle and a 5.56 rounds of ammunition were found in his possession. He was subsequently taken into custody and was charged after he was interviewed in the presence of his attorney. A court date for him has not been finalized. Accused in beating a 14-year-old girl in Clarendon granted bail. The 7 people charged for the brutal beating of a 14-year-old girl in Clarendon in December were granted bail when they appeared in the parish court on Thursday. Charged with unlawful wounding and assault occasioning actual bodily harm are 52-year-old Pauline U. Smith, Fayon Millwood, 22-year-old Amanda Anderson, 3 teen girls ages 15, 16, and 17, and a 17-year-old boy. Anderson is also charged with common assault. The adults were granted bail in the sum of $1.2 million each, while the minors were granted bail in the sum of $600,000 each. Senior Parish Judge Dale Finlay also placed a gag order on the accused. Senior Parish Judge Dale Finlay also placed a gag order on the accused, instructing that they were prohibited from discussing the matter in public. Judge Finlay also ruled that the accused were banned from using WhatsApp and all other social media platforms. They are to return to court on March 26. Cubans who landed at Trelawney Hotel to be deported. The 10 Cubans who were found on the property of the Excellence Resort in Trelawney are to be deported. In court today, the illegal entry charges were withdrawn by the prosecution. A representative from the Passport, Immigration and the Citizenship Agency told the court that the Minister of National Security has signed deportation orders for the Cubans. They are to be housed at a government facility. They are to be housed at a government facility until they are deported. The Cubans were found on the hotel property on January 4 after the boat they were traveling in landed in Cooper's Pen, Trelawney. They were destined for Florida, but their boat was wrecked, forcing them to end up in Jamaica. Detective admits no physical evidence linking Barnes to murder. The lead detective in the murder trial of Everton Beach's son MacDonald and Oscar Barnes on Wednesday admitted under cross-examination that he had no physical evidence linking Barnes to the murder of MacDonald's second wife, Tonya. He made the admission as Vincent Will Leslie, one of the lawyers representing Barnes, asked why he continued to use as a witness Denver Bubler Minot after he had lied in 2 statements to the police. Minot ended up giving a third statement to detectives about how the July 20, 2020 murder of Tonya MacDonald in Portland unfolded. Tonya was the second wife of Beachy Stout, who is accused of ordering her murder. According to Minot, who is serving a 19-year and 10-month prison sentence for being the contractor in Tonya's murder, MacDonald had contracted him for $3 million to kill Tonya, and he in turn subcontracted the hit to Barnes, who he claimed stabbed Tonya repeatedly and cut her throat. According to the detective sergeant in court on Wednesday, after he read through the statements from Minot, he observed that Minot had given 3 different accounts of the incident. Despite this, the detective sergeant said he was not of the assumption that Minot was somebody who I couldn't believe. I did not have cause to suspect he was a liar. I consider myself an honest person. I don't make any judgment as to whether or not he was truthful or telling a lie. Minot's statement had led to the arrest of Barnes, whom Minot had pointed out to cops in August 2020 during what the detective sergeant described as a drive-through session. The policeman admitted that even without any concrete evidence linking Barnes to the crime, he was still arrested, charged, and placed on trial. He said it was his decision to take Barnes into custody. Based on what transpired, he was a person of interest in the investigation, he said. He admitted that apart from Minot's statement, which implicated Barnes, and the fact that Minot pointed him out, he had no other evidence against Barnes. Willessie accused the cop of being dishonest, prompting presiding judge Chester Stamp to encourage the attorney to cross-examine the witness and not accuse him of anything. Willessie probed to find out why he arrested Barnes without Minot describing him in any statement or mentioning his name. The detective told the 7-member jury that there was no description given in the statement, but I arrested him in relation to information in a particular statement. The police went to the home of Mr. Barnes, but I don't recall us taking away any clothes or anything. I didn't receive any items from my colleagues. As chief investigator, I collected no knife or anything else connecting Barnes to the crime. The cops said that on August 5, 2020, during the drive-thru, Minot pointed out Barnes, saying, "See him there, sung at the chair." I did not know Mr. Barnes until that moment. He further told the court that a cell phone was taken from Barnes and was processed, but nothing was found on it that connects Barnes to the murder. JBN will keep you informed. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, leave us a comment, and click the notification bell to receive our daily news items.